This is my luxury handbag collection, not organized by brand, but how I use these bags from day to day. This approach is a true reflection of my style and where my lifestyle is right now. I've learned that when a bag fits my lifestyle, then it naturally earns its place. The Louis Vuitton Mini Capucine in black Tyrolean leather is the perfect bag for my collection for an everyday bag. This is one that I reach for often because I can utilize this as a crossbody bag with this very thick crossbody strap, as well as the easy handle that you can just pick up, grab, and go. And for me, when I just want to carry my essentials only, this truly fits the bill. You do have to worry a little bit about getting in and out of it with the flap. I personally have found that the more that I've used it, the easier this particular flap here becomes. And it also protects everything from spilling out or falling out. And it also hides your items inside, so you don't have to worry about people seeing your wallet, your keys, or IDs, or any cash. It really truly packs a punch when you just want the essentials. I also love the feet on the Mini Capucines. This is one that I do not worry about when I am sitting it down, simply because of those feet. It's held up very well. There's not like a ton of scratches or any issues with the bag, which I believe is highly attributed to these feet here. The one caveat that I will say about the Mini Capucines is having to make sure that these clasps are intact. There have been a couple of times where I did not pay close enough attention and the clasp was not aligned. And when I picked it up to carry it, it snapped loose, but thankfully the other side was still engaged. So that is just something to keep in mind that I've experienced in particular with this bag, but she's stunning. Her leather holds up very well, and that's why she fits perfectly within the everyday category. While the Prada Raffia crossbody bag is certainly not seasonal this time of year, it is certainly set aside for spring and summer. This is another bag that has been absolutely wonderful for a everyday bag grab and go. The guitar or bandeau strap, if you will, is gorgeous with this color here. That is one thing that gravitated me towards this bag, was the particular tone of the strap. The other little feature here that's really nice if you just want to toss your key into is this little additional pouch. This bag has held up very well, specifically being raffia. I love that it just has the ease of the zipper here, in and out, and I love the lining on the inside of the Prada bag. The other thing I will point out about this particular bag here that I love so much is the fact that I do not personally see this out and about, especially where I live. This is not a brand that is local to me, therefore I don't think as many people gravitate towards Prada, and I actually like that fact because this is something that is different. So each time that I wear this bag, I always get a ton of compliments. This particular style right now has not been showing up or reflecting on the website. I am unsure as to whether they have phased it out. If it does come back around, as sometimes Prada is known to do, it is one that I would truly recommend. You do have to be a little bit more careful and cautious because it is raffia, but for a spring and summer everyday bag, this was another one that was on constant repeat for me in 2025, and I feel I will be doing the same going into 2026. When I began to categorize my bags for this video, this one actually surprised me. But yes, this has become an everyday staple for me, not necessarily because of her shape or her structure, but because of her color. She is a more delicate bag because she is lambskin, but this particular color here, which is called hazelnut, has fit perfectly within my wardrobe. It has been one that I did not have to think about with most of my outfits. It typically goes with various items in my wardrobe, from dresses to sweaters. Therefore, it's been one that I've easily gravitated towards and grabbed, specifically in fall and winter. This bag also, because of this color, is one that I think is a strong neutral for year round. That's another reason why I think that she landed in the everyday category. Some things to note about this bag that do make her, for some, particularly a little fussy, would be the little opening here that is on the top of the bag, which is what the bag is known for, because this is indeed hiding your items and keeping everything safe and secure. For me in particular, this flap has not caused me any issues. Very similar to the mini capucines, the more that I have used this bag here, the easier this has become. So I don't even think about it when I'm getting items in and out of the bag. This too comes with a really nice strap that makes this very easy for every day, because you can utilize this as a crossbody. So this is a bag that I truly just have continued to gravitate towards for every day. I will say, because the interior is suede, which I actually love that. I think that it signals that it's very high end. It is very worth the cost because it is very well made outside as well as inside. I've kept my original paper in the bottom right now just to protect it, because I don't want anything to damage the inside of it. Pouches help with that as well, in addition to liners or organizers. I just right now have just kept the paper pushed down in the bottom. I don't necessarily use that zipper there because I just put the items that I need right down inside. I think that's probably also why this hasn't bothered me. I'm not fussing with trying to get into that little zipper component. I'm just pulling out the top, keeping my items in there secure, and she's good to go. I think she is just such a really nice statement bag as well, that I think if my everyday attire is very casual, this gives it an extra little pop. Like the mini capucines, the feet are on the bottom, which has protected her anytime that I've sat her down. So there's just a lot of ease and no worry when it comes to grabbing the Lady Dior, specifically in the hazelnut, for an everyday style. A bag that I have owned previously twice before, the monogram, is the Neverfull. This is a favorite bag of mine within my collection. I had it in the Damier Azur as well as Damier Ebene. I did not sell those bags previously because I did not love the bag. Those prints just did not turn out to be the best for my wardrobe. When it comes to Louis Vuitton canvas, and what I have found, I prefer the classic monogram. It just works for me personally much better. The Neverfull is a bag that is absolutely wonderful and perfect when it comes to every day. You can throw everything in here and just not worry about it. This is a particular bag too that you do not have to truly worry about when you're tossing it around. I personally still do not sit this bag down on the ground because it doesn't have feet, and I do not personally want any of my bags to be destroyed or to get dirty. However, this is a bag that just holds up. It is very strong, it's very durable, very tough, and it holds everything. That's why it has the name Neverfull. This bag has often been one that people have either truly loved or they have hated. There was a time when I feel like every influencer out there had the Neverfull bag, and then it became almost like crickets, the exact opposite. And this bag received a lot of hate. It actually caused me to stop and reflect as well. Was I truly paying attention to trends? Or was I truly in love with the bag because it worked for my lifestyle? And the answer is, it works for my lifestyle. That's why monogram came back to me. My husband actually gifted this bag to me last Christmas. I've had to store her away just a little bit when we were in transition from moving and now to the new house. But now that we are getting more settled, this is certainly a bag that is going to be coming out and with me on a day-to-day basis, because I just love that I can put everything in here, including a cardigan, a water bottle, my book, my electronics, and I truly don't have to worry about this. The other thing that I will say about this bag and being perfect for every day is that whether you are traveling or you're going to the office, this bag is also great because you do have the additional pouch that allows you to put maybe your wallet, some essentials, and pull out and go. Or this is great for adding your evening bag later, or if you just need an elevated bag with you to go out to brunch or lunch. that is what this is perfect for. You can drop that inside and you are going to be perfectly organized and set for the day. So when it comes to the Neverfull, it is certainly a bag that I think is perfection for my wardrobe. And if you're looking for something that is easy when it comes to a tote, being lightweight and comfortable and classic and beautiful, the Neverfull certainly could be a really good winner, as it has been for me. This next category, being elevated casual, can also be categorized as a crossover. These bags, for me personally, can work with athleisure looks, working for very casual every day, to elevated casual if I'm wearing something like a cashmere sweater, a Veronica Beard top, denim, and really nice ballet flats. Or they can also transition into evening, going on a date night with my husband. The Saint Laurent envelope in black on black, black leather, black hardware has now been in my collection for many years. This is a bag that is just near and dear to my heart. It was a gift from my husband where he surprised me on a birthday trip when we went down to Atlanta. And this is one that really has held up exceptionally well. She is a stunner in the sense that she is very, very versatile. You can pull the double straps out as I'm showing here and put this onto just your shoulder, or it can be adjusted and the drop length becomes much longer, turning this into a crossbody. This particular style here, because of the envelope structure, I believe, as well as the hardware, makes this bag so versatile, crossing over from everyday, if I have on athleisure, going to elevated casual, or even to date nights. The functionality of this bag too is super easy. Everything is in and out. There's no middle slot for organization. It's just easy peasy in and out. And the leather is extremely durable. I've been asked oftentimes in the past about the black hardware. I have personally carried this bag without worry of the black hardware. And as you can see, there have been no issues. I've not lost any metal when it comes to this particular black hardware that you see. It's one that has really just aged beautifully. I love how this actually shimmers in the light. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. I am personally a fan of YSL. It fits my feminine, modern, with a little bit of an edge style. So Saint Laurent for me is absolutely wonderful because I can grab this for so many outfits within my particular wardrobe. A beautiful bag that really needs no formal introduction is the Chanel wallet on chain. This particular wallet on chain here, my husband picked out for me when we went on our trip last year down to Florida and took a cruise. This was my first bag from an actual Chanel boutique. I'd had my eye on this bag for many months simply because I really liked and gravitated towards the CC. The CC is very different. It's more elevated than the typical just small gold CCs. Those are absolutely beautiful. I personally just wanted something a little bit different, a little bit more elevated, so that it was something that could easily cross over from everyday, elevated casual, and even into dinner. This particular bag, I truly am such a fan of. It packs a major punch in terms of what you can put inside this bag. I've often heard some people say that they think this bag is a waste of money or that you should just hold out for a larger bag. While that may be true for some, it has certainly not been true for me. I have been able to fit several of my essentials in here and utilize the card slots in the back so that I don't have to put a wallet in there. I have even utilized this little tuck away zippered feature here for some items. It's all around been a beautiful bag, especially when it comes to travel. I would say that it works within my wardrobe wonderfully for every day, going out as mentioned, but travel has been an absolute winner for this particular bag here because it's sleek, it packs really well, it's not taking up a lot of room within a suitcase, and then it just works very well with any outfit I've put on. No matter the color, no matter the style, this particular bag has just been a true winner in the category. The chain on this bag is also very, very beautiful. And I think that that is a component that allows this bag to move so fluidly within my wardrobe and for the travel outfits when I take them. The other thing to note about this strap that is a reason why I personally love it within my wardrobe is that you can take this strap and you can actually double it. When you double the strap on the inside like I'm doing here, this now has turned into a very beautiful shoulder bag. There's no need to worry about doing that. I have not had any issues on the inside when I double the strap. It has not hurt the leather because I am a fan of the caviar leather. I think that is very strong. If this were lambskin or goat skin, I personally would not do that. But given that it's caviar, there is just no worries when it comes to that for me. She is an absolute stunner, and I have loved the fact that I feel like she has worked so beautifully across all these categories and all of my looks within my wardrobe. The Fendi First with Python is absolutely perfection when it comes to special occasions and evenings out. This bag is an absolute showstopper with that gold hardware across the top of the clasp, paired with that Python leather. The texture and the gold hardware together are just absolutely a showstopper. I love carrying this bag because it is also different. This is not something that I have ever seen again in person since this bag was purchased on a trip to Vegas. This bag is made of lambskin. There are no feet across the bottom. So with that smooth leather and no feet, it is one that I've certainly had to treat more delicately, and that's why I've chosen to reserve her for style and for her features for evenings and special occasions. I did carry her, I think, once or twice for a day out, and I just felt like it wasn't as appropriate. And then I also just did not want to have any issues with causing disruption or damaging the delicate Python across the top or the hardware or the leather. The inside of this bag I love also because it is lined with the signature Fendi logo on the inside, and that is something that I think also makes this bag very unique. So when you pop that open and listen to the sound, I love that sound of the clasp. There's something kind of old school and retro sounding about that clasp, and I love that. And with that interior there, because this is fabric, I don't worry about that as much. I don't worry about putting any type of liner or organizer on the inside. I just use my pouches, my wallet, whatever I want to toss in there and go. The strap on this particular bag here is also delicate because it is with the same leather. So it is one reason why, again, I would reserve this, or I do reserve this for evenings and evening chic, going out, special occasions. But it does allow the opportunity to carry this bag on the shoulder or to carry this as crossbody if needed. But she is just an absolute stunner and one that I am so very thankful for having her in my collection. The Chanel Classic Flap in small gray caviar leather is certainly an evening out, evening chic, date night, special occasion bag for me, not because of the size or the fact that she's a Chanel Classic Flap. It's because of the color. This is a lighter gray, but it is a very neutral, not too cool, not too warm gray from one of the 2024 collections. I think it was either pre-fall or early winter. And that particular reason with it being that gray color is why it landed in this category for me. Had this been black caviar, like the wallet on chain, it probably would cross over for me. But given the gray color alongside the champagne gold that this bag has, that is just another reason why I feel like it's a little more dainty, a little more super feminine, if you will. And so therefore, I just don't carry it during everyday or even elevated casual settings. The particular color of the gray I do like for the fact that it is all throughout the bag. This is something that is a little bit different from black caviar. You would open it and then you would see the heritage red, burgundy red color from Coco Chanel that's on the inside of the black. With this particular gray, as you see oftentimes in other colors that are released, they carry the same color all the way throughout. So even on the inner components of this bag, you would see the exact same color. I do love that. I think that that is another reason why I gravitated towards this particular bag in color. It is unique. It's something that I didn't have, that was kind of missing in my wardrobe. I've not gravitated towards this bag yet as much as I would have liked. So I am going to try to make sure this year and see if she is fitting in my wardrobe a little bit better and see if I can style her. Perhaps we might try her in an elevated casual look. For me right now, just because of that combination of the champagne gold that you see there and this lighter gray color, she is going to stay for now in the elevated evening chic category. The YSL College in Blanc Vintage or Crema Soft, which varies depending upon whether you purchase this bag online or in boutiques. If you're purchasing it in store, it's often referred to as the Crema Soft. If you purchase online, it is called Blanc Vintage. Either way, it's the exact same color. It is not white. It is not beige. It is a very soft off-white, if you will. This bag landed in my evening out dinner chic category, not because of the style. The style, in fact, is probably more casual. This is certainly not a bag, after I go over some of these features here, that typically would land in this category. However, for me, because of the color, once again, has landed in this category. This is not the reason why I bought this bag. I actually bought this bag for a more everyday, elevated casual setting. However, I've not been gravitating towards this bag recently as much as I thought, and for the reasons I just mentioned. I feel like because of the color, I am treating her a little bit more delicately. I do plan on trying to transition her out of this category going into 2026, because as you're gonna see here, she's certainly more casual when you, and I should say elevated casual. She is more elevated casual when you get to her strap. Her strap is a combination of leather and gold. I love the gold part of this particular strap. I love that chain detail right there. It certainly has a little bit more of an edgy, modern vibe to it. The thing about this strap to note is that it is very long, and it makes this bag ideal, which is also again why I purchased her. It makes her a little bit more ideal for every day. Because of this long bag, it is a single long strap, because as you can see, there is no room to make this double. She is going to be single only on that hardware there. So that certainly makes her a little bit more casual. You're not necessarily, or me personally, because I am 5'4", I am not going to utilize this really long strap for a shoulder bag. It just does not look proportionately correct on me. So therefore, I do think I should try her, and I should be testing her out a little bit more in the everyday elevated casual categories. This is a beautiful bag though. I still love her. I think she's absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I have not tried wrapping this one around. I don't think, because of where this sits, that it would look appropriate or would just hold up well over time. So because of that, again, I don't think that I should keep her in this category. I think that I need to try and transition her out to the elevated everyday, or even into the just elevated casual category. But she is a stunning bag. She is beautiful. You do have to treat her more delicately. As you can see, there are no feet on the bottom, and she could very carefully get a lot of wear there in the corner. I personally, because I haven't carried her as much, have not had those issues yet. So we will certainly be seeing how she progresses in 2026. This collection feels very different from in years past. It's smaller, it's more intentional. However, it generally fits where my life is right now. I am no longer chasing the perfect collection. I am certainly curating pieces that fit within my wardrobe and fit my lifestyle, and I look forward to seeing how it evolves in the future.